morning. You deliver an outstanding performance in Rosemead, the film we saw yesterday on the piazza. It's a film by Eric Lynn. It's also a film you produce. In which way were you involved to the project at a very early stage, I guess? And what was your first reaction when you read the script?
When I read the script, I was so heartbroken by the story, and knowing that it was based on an article from the LA Times by Frank Sean. I felt there was so much pain and grief, but I also felt there was so much love, because I understood that when I read the story that she had done it from a place of love for her son and a place of fear also. So it was so impactful. It like punched me in the gut.
And what does the film mean to you? Why was it so important to be part of it?
I think it's a story that we want to share with our community. I think there's a lot of shame involved oftentimes with mental health, and it's not just with the AA and HPI community. I think it's with all people and all families, and I think it's so important to know that having a conversation is not easy all the time, but when you ask someone, how are you, you have to really sometimes be prepared for the answer, not to be something light, like, I'm fine, everything's good, you know. I think it's important to have a conversation about it, and I think it's harder to ask your own family members how you are than to ask, you know, a friend. And that's where it counts, you know, because it starts sometimes at home when you don't know and you don't see fully because you're too busy doing something else and you take it for granted.
And so the film is based on a true story. Does it stay close to the facts, and or was the creative process around this story, which is a true story?
We had certain facts. We knew the unfortunate ending, and we knew some of the information in between, and then the rest of it we had to fill in. And that was the moment for us to really create nuance, and Marilyn Fu, who wrote this beautiful script, really crafted something to give this woman more dimension than maybe one would have read from the headlines. And at the time, the writer was actually pregnant with twin boys. So it was such a, you know...
It's about motherhood, the film is really about...
Yes, and so for her, it was even more, you know, she hadn't had these kids yet. So what does that mean, and how does she feel writing something that had such an intense emotional state of mind?
And about Irene, what is the part of invention? How did you prepare yourself to play Irene? What was the most challenging for you?
I think to make sure that her authenticity with the language and with her physicality and her warmth, to know that she was somebody who was came from a pure heart, regardless of what the consequence was, and that she really had the best intentions, but she was working from a place of fear and ignorance.
The way she talked as well, you did a wonderful work about the oral expression of Irene.
I mean, I think those things are things that come along with the language and the you know, you encompass the character by, you know, really diving into the script, and also working with Eric Lynn, who was just wonderful. It was his first time directing. I mean, he was obviously a very, you know, talented and very established cinematographer already. So it was really an honor to work with him and to be in the space with him. I felt very safe, and I know that my fellow actor Lawrence, who is here, it was his first movie.
So your acting career started when you were 18.